is the tutorial for the NextAD app setup, maintenance, and revision steps for later updates. So the first thing is you have to generate an app. You provide the app name, the version, the description, the category, and that's how we created the NextAD app. This would provide a zip file, and then you would extract the folder with all its contents. We have it right here inside our GitHub repository. So all you have to do to set up the app is get the zip version, right? Extract it and get the folder. So once you have the folder, you should see it right here. I have it on my desktop. First off, let me just show you what the homepage should look like. As you see on the dashboard, we don't have NextAD installed yet, but we are about to. So if we go into, we have our folder on our dashboard right here, NextAD. You can copy paste it inside the repository for the apps folder in NextAD, or you can simply go to the command line, copy paste the directory of the desktop, and then inside whatever you have your repository for your server in Nextcloud, the Nextcloud folder, and then the apps folder. Once you have that, you should see it now inside of here. If you go here, Nextcloud inside apps, and then you will look for NextAD. Let me see, it's right here. Okay, so once we refresh, we should have a setup app called NextAD inside the dashboard. Let's see. So it's right here. In the event you don't see it in your dashboard, you might have to enable it through the app menu settings page. Just go into apps, go to your disabled apps, and then enable it through there. But as you can see, our NextAD app is here, and it's working fine. Now, here's the thing. If we click preview attributes, this is going to tell me AD user invalid since we're logged in as an admin account into Nextcloud. And so one of the main things our app does is it's going to fetch the user ID of the user logged into Nextcloud, and it's going to match it, see if they have an Active Directory account. In the event that they don't, like our admin does not, for instance, it's not going to display any attributes or be able to let the user modify any attributes because it wouldn't make any sense, right? And so this is kind of where the monitoring part comes in and the maintenance part of the app comes in. As an admin, you have lots of privileges. So inside the integration settings, we have, we can get a couple things of information. If you scroll down, we can verify all the users that are using LDAP and that are connected to their Active Directory portal. We have 4 users found. You can monitor this. You can even select which group of users you want to add or remove. And this is going to be crucial because this is going to determine who is going to be able to use the NextAD app altogether, right? So for instance, let me just click edit LDAP query, and we can add in groups of users. So for instance, maybe you will run a company, and in that company you only want staffers or admins to be able to use the NextAD app, right? So this, you can filter it by group who has access to the app. You can add test group 2, for instance, and only test group 2's users will be able to use NextAD. As you see here, only 1 user. If you add test group 2, this could be like more staff members, right? Included in test group 2, you add it here, and then you can verify even more users, and so more users will be allowed to use the NextAD app through the LDAP administration settings. Okay, and then here also is just to see if their login attributes work. So for instance, one of my test users username is just test user 1. You can verify if their credentials are working through this setting right here. You can even do an LDAP search on the command line of your Nextcloud instance to search for any users with user ID or credentials and see their attributes that way. Once you do the LDAP search, you will get like a string for their user ID. It's normally something like this. This will tell you which test user you're dealing with, or regular user, right? And then attach their email and password as you see here, this is found on the Nextcloud users panel. In case a user made an inappropriate modification to one of their attributes through NextID and you want to monitor that, you can easily do it through the virtual machine. If I log in, let me log in to the VM. This is where the Active Directory service is found. You have all your users here, all your test users. In the event one of the users change an attribute to the NextID, see right here you have inappropriate name. You can modify it to be something like test user 1. And that's just a simple modification admins can do to make sure all the users are doing what they should be. They have the proper credentials to log in and log out of Active Directory. And so I just want to show you now, if we log out of the admin portal, we can also log in as a regular user and it'll be recognized. So right here I have test user 1's login. Let me log in as test user 1. Sorry, this should be .local. It's going to take some time to register it. And right away, as soon as we're logged in, the app is going to take in the user ID and recognize that we are an Active Directory user since we're test user 1. Let me X out of that. We have NextID already installed. And in the event I want to preview attributes, remember I had an inappropriate name as the display name, but the admin changed it to a more suited name. So that's the name we should see when we click on preview attributes. As you see, we do test user 1 is the name that we have. And so that's how you go about setting up and maintaining the app for the most part. For future updates, we want the app to be much more functional. We want the app to have more attributes so the user can modify them and the user can search for attributes that they wouldn't think of, like employee ID or something like that. That's usually not something you think about when you think of next attributes in Active Directory. So we want to have a search function at the top to search for those attributes that you might be missing. We also want to have a post setting inside the app, so that should be an API route that can give you access to a custom attribute of your own that you can make and you can assign a value to. And then we also want to have a delete function. This would have to be through an LDAP query that will basically allow users to delete any attributes that only custom attributes that they set the value to that they no longer want to use. So all of these things and more are some of the later plans for Nextcloud and NextID that we have in store. I hope you enjoyed our demo, and yeah, thank you for watching.